What's up, Elevation Gang? I'm back with a video tonight. Today is July 15th. Should be 9/10 on a Tuesday. You already know what's going on, though. But, man, y'all, I be feeling like sometimes, like, when you don't feel like doing something, that be the time that you need to do it the most. Because, like, instead of putting it off onto tomorrow or something like that, like you saying, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, it's gonna make you do it the next day after that. Then it's just gonna be like a ongoing cycle. So, like, when you don't feel like doing something, this is when you should do it. This is when you should feel a need to do it the most. But I was hopping on here tonight. We was gonna talk about mindset, like how your mindset made, and like how like you can't do things that you used to do, and that means like it's time for something new probably if you can't do the things that you used to do. You know, like how you grow out of things. Like ain't nobody gonna stay the same their whole life, I feel. And if you stay the same your whole life, where's the growth and where's the progress, you know? Like, you must have some growth and progress that you did or you made. But your mindset, that shit really matter. Cause some people mindsets be thrown out. They be on things, on subjects, topics from way back then. It's 2025 right now. They be on topics from way 2020, 2015, high school, shit like that. And it's like, it's 2025 right now, bro. A whole lot has changed. And like, you gotta stay away from people like that, I feel. They still stuck on the old you, on the things that you used to do, and they not accepting the new version that you is, the new version that you became, that you become. And like, man, remove yourself by any means necessary. You don't owe nobody no explanation. You don't owe nobody none of that. This self-respect right there. You gotta set boundaries for yourself. Like, this where you draw the line at. I know it's but man, that's where you draw the line at though. Man, y'all stay prayed up. Man, like, I got ADHD, fool. Like, my mind be on 1,000 every day. This bitch be on 1,000 every day. I used to think I need a substance to slow it down, but in reality, all I had to do was slow down myself. And when I slowed down myself and I started praying more, that shit became, it went from 1,000 to 100. Something that I'm able to control way more, something that I'm able to control. And I feel like I wouldn't be able to control my mind the way I control it right now without God, you know. Cause like, he played a big part in this shit. That's why I gotta give my praise to. Cause like, I really like made it out of situations I wasn't supposed to make it out of. Especially with the mindset that I did have. That lack mindset. That mindset was just all over the place, going through so many things, you know. They can throw you out balance. And they can really knock you off track when you're going through so much at one time. And I feel like this one guy had really slowed me down. I'm 1,000 miles per hour daily running myself, just running, like I'm a machine or something. I feel like I don't feel like I know I can do whatever I put my mind to. Like, whatever you put in front of me, I can do that. And, like, I feel like this what you got to shape yourself. This is what you got to shape yourself into. Being able to do that, like, actually putting yourself in position to where you can do whatever you put your mind to. Because you really, in reality, you can. But society, they make it seem like you can't. And when I feel like when society make you feel like you can't, that's when you show their ass. You don't play no games with their ass. Like, man, yeah, you know what up. Act like you know. Act like you know. Man, act like you know. If you don't know, you better get with it. This my new slogan. This is gonna be my new slogan, y'all. Act like you know. If you don't know, you better act like you know. If you don't know, you better act like you fucking know. Let me try to leave the cuss word out of it, profanity out of it. Act like you know. If you don't know, act like you know. Oh, this gonna be the slogan right there. Act like you know. If you don't know, you better act like you know. Just gonna double back on it. Alright, bet. Y'all see that though? Like, you can make shit up quick as hell. You can come up out of the woodworks with anything. This how God work too, shit. You say you want to do better, God gonna show you better. You say you want to change your mindset, God gonna help you change your mindset. Whatever religion you believe in. But shit, this is what I'm saying. God gonna realize, He gonna show you what you capable of. You wouldn't even see yourself capable of doing things like that. That's why you shouldn't go into nothing scared with it. Say scared. No, I want to say scared, but that fear. Scarcity mindset. That's what it is. Scarcity mindset. Like, you don't want to go into nothing with scared, fearful. You don't want to be fearful of none of that. Like, man, when I started driving trucks, I ain't going to it scared. I just knew I can do it. I knew I can do it because I just felt like I already feel like I can do whatever I want already. So that was just my mindset going into things. I can do whatever I want. Whatever I put my mind to, I can do it. And I know that whatever I put my mind to, how my mind is, it hyper focus onto things. So it's like I'm writing on an essay. I got an essay to do. I'm supposed to write 3 paragraphs before the class. So it's an hour. It's 30 minutes left in class. Everybody else around me done. And everybody else just playing, joking, shit like that. They joking all it. They throwing things across my way, things hitting me in the head, and it's like I don't let that stop me, cause I'm focused on what I'm doing, the task at hand. I be focused on the task at hand, and it's what you really gotta do. You can't worry about feeling, cause like as long as you don't never give up, you'll never fail. And like, bro, I realize I flunked fourth grade. I flunked 4th grade, double back past 4th grade. I think I had went to summer school for that. And I passed in summer school. Passed 5th grade. Went to 6th grade. Failed 6th grade. Then passed 6th grade. Then I went to 7th grade. failed 7th grade, then passed 7th grade. And then it was like after that, I ain't failed no more. Cause I ain't never give up, you know. I got past that bump. And it was like, there was a big bump. There was a real like big bump. And that was really a big bump for me though. But the thing about it, I ain't never give up. Like, I ain't never give up. I had times where I was like, man, damn. Times I was just like, man, this shit ain't fair, all that. But I feel like it wasn't fair either though. But you live and you learn though, and I feel like you can't. I ain't never put my mistakes on nobody else. I ain't never put my mistakes on nobody else. Like the things that I did, I ain't never try to blame nobody else for my actions. And you can't blame nobody for your actions because you make your own choices. Even though I was young, naive, ignorant, and I wouldn't say I was a bad child, I feel. Because I still feel like I was ahead of my time, you know. But me being ahead of my time, that made me sort of an asshole. So like that made me come off as an asshole because I knew what I was talking about. I just said what I wanted when I wanted to say it. So it's like I had a smart mouth, but they just didn't like it. And by them just not liking it, that held me back. You know, cause I ain't care about what I said. I was gonna get what I had to say across by any means, you know. And by me doing it, I had to fight a lot too. I fought a whole lot, so I ain't really just care for real. And I had to get out of that mentality, you know, about not caring. So once I got out of the mentality, that put me in a better place. A place that I never seen myself in before. Like I start caring more. But it's like the way I say things now, they don't come off so harsh no more. Like I'm gonna say what I need to say at the end of the day, but I'm gonna let it on you easy because some people not able to take that. Because people take things in offense so much, they get offended by the things that I say. And it's like, God ain't put me on this earth to, oh shit. But God ain't put me on this earth to hold my tongue. And I won't hold my tongue. I won't hold my tongue for nobody. I'm gonna say what I got to say. If you don't like it, you just don't like it. And I feel like that's why some people, like this why sometimes I find myself alone, because some people not able to take that. But you know, I got fine with being alone because I know I'm not alone for real, you know, because the people that do want to hear that, like the truth, like you need somebody around you that's gonna tell you when you're wrong, you know. And some people don't like to be told when they're wrong, and those be the people that you don't need in your life. They want you to justify their actions, their bad behavior. Like, no, I'm gonna tell you when you're wrong. So yeah, but shit, I'm gonna tell you when you're wrong, but I done went on a whole nother topic, y'all. But man, you can't live in no scarcity mindset though. You gotta know that you can overcome any challenge that you face. You gotta have an unbreakable faith that you can do it. When you have that unbreakable faith that you can do it, you can do it. You will prevail. Trust me, I prevailed numerous times. Like, I never seen myself getting out of school. As soon as I got out of school, I just graduated last year, y'all. I just graduated high school last year at 20. Like, real life. I just graduated high school at 20. And as soon as I got out of high school, I went right back to school. Cause you know what, like, fuck it. Why not? And by me graduating high school, going straight into the DDA after that, getting my CDL right after that, that made a big impact too. That was 6 months that as soon as I got out of school, I went right back to school. And I graduated from the DDA like it was nothing. It flew by. And it was real easy because I knew I can do it. And by me knowing that I can do it, that puts put that energy of me knowing that I can do it, I put that out there into the universe. I put that out there in front of me because what you say, you gotta watch what you say. You know it's power to the tongue, you know, and like you gotta think about what you think too. Like you can't be thinking negative thoughts. So I was thinking positive. I was thinking the best outcome. And God and the universe gave me the best outcome. I got my CDL. Then as soon as I got out of school, I found me a good job too. You know, cause you know these things that I'm doing right now, well, it's probably not for some people, but for me, a stepping stone. This is a stepping stone for me. And you gotta realize what's gonna be your foundation and like what's your stepping stone, what's gonna start it all out. How you wanna start it out? You gonna start it out bad with something bad, or you gonna start out with something good? And you know, by you starting out with something good, that's gonna last. So many people think it's cool to do woo-woo. I find myself getting caught in it sometimes too. But that's when I flee from the situation. Not because I'm scared, but because when you know better, you do better. Even though, yeah, did my little 1-2. And when I did my 1-2, I went the hardest at my 1-2 too, also. And I kept it real. I kept it the realest it can get. And for some reason, I feel like I left an impact on the game for real. I left an impact on the game. Because I went into everything with pure intentions. And I wasn't looking to get over on nobody. I was looking to help people out. Like to real life help people out. I ain't coming to the game with no bad intentions. I don't come in nowhere. Wherever I go, I don't leave with bad intentions. It's good intentions around here. Good energy. So it's like, by me doing it, even though some people out here that leave with bad intentions, I already know that I'm finna go and do him in. Like, yeah, that ain't make me turn my ways, change my ways for real. I just set strong boundaries on how I started to affiliate with certain people. And by me setting strong boundaries and saying that these are not the type of people that I want to be around, that helped me out also, that made me be able to read people. I started to be able to tell when somebody is acting off. Like, I'm able to do things that I was never able to do. And the only reason I feel like that I was able to do these things, and it's like, it was because of God, bro. That's all I can say. Because of God. And like, there was no doubt because of God, bro. That's who I give the credit to anyway. I give the credit to him, but I congratulate myself on the hard work that I put in, because I'm not gonna lie, it do take work. You gotta work on yourself. Just like you'll work on a project, you gotta work on yourself. You're gonna be the best investment that you spend your time into. So spend your time on yourself wisely. Make sure you get enough of that time spent on yourself anyway. So like, man, that's really all I got to say tonight, y'all. Your boy been running all day. I really be loving to hop on here. Just to hop on here just to talk, you know. Probably I see it ain't really as venting, but it's like, it's venting, but it ain't bad venting. It ain't no gossip. This ain't it. This something else. This some positive work. Like, take something out of it, add that to your game. Man, take something out of it, man. Yeah. Just, man, yeah. This for to make us better as people anyway. I listen to what everybody got to say. I don't think I'm better than nobody. Man, one time, a white man, he was homeless. He came up to me. I was sitting outside. This was in Arkansas. I was sitting outside the hotel, y'all, and he just walked up to me. Was like, you got to smoke? You got to smoke? Yeah, like, well, yeah. I was like, nah, I had a vape at the time. Like, I don't smoke vapes. I don't smoke. Like, I don't vape. I got a vape because it was to the point, like, I was just, like, overly bored, you know? And I was trying to chase a quick dopamine. Like, I had just bought the vape the same day. Same day I bought the vape, man had came up to me and asked me about the vape. And I gave it to him for like $5, I think. I think I bought it for like $23. $23, like 76 cents. You know, you gotta keep track of them. Yeah, you gotta keep track of them spinning records. But yeah, he talked to me. He was talking to me. He was like, man, you wouldn't even know I came from royalty. Like that. He was like, man, I was on top. Man, I was $7 million, stuff like that. I had $7 million. And I was like, yeah. Then he was like, man, yeah, but man, I got fucked up. I let my mama hold $4 million, $400,000, something like that. It was some numbers. He did some numbers. He had some numbers, and he was playing with some numbers. So he $4 million, $400,000, either way. But it was like, I believed him, cause why would I not believe you? You know, you can't. If anybody come up to me, or even friends, family, yeah, I'm gonna believe you, because it's so easy. It's so easy to believe a lie, but it's hard to believe the truth. You know, and I'm gonna believe that you're telling the truth, because eventually, if you're lying, it's gonna show. It's gonna show, you know. It's gonna show. Yeah. So like he was telling me like, ooh, boom, boom, boom. Man, I was on top. I think he was robbing or something like that. That's what he said, robbing. And I was like, yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Man, I got stabbed, all that. He was just telling me. And I was like, damn, man, he showed me marks and everything. He ain't have no knuckles in his hand and all that. He ain't have no kneecap. Like, you can tell that he been through it. But the one thing I did notice about him, though, you know, that I think he was probably like in his 40s, about to hit 50, something around that age. But the thing that I did notice about him was that he was steady moving. He didn't stop moving. He was steady moving, y'all. He didn't stop moving. He was steady moving. It was like, even though all that happened to him, he ain't let that stop him. Like, he kept going. Like, he was talking about selling tires and all that. Selling tires. He finna get back right. Woo, woo, woo. I think he was around. Yeah. I ain't just gonna give y'all everything about the man, though, you know. But he just came talking to me, like, he was like, most of the time, people, like, most of the time when he talk to people, they treat him like he ain't royalty like that, or they don't believe him, or something like that. Then I was like, man, I got no choice but to believe you for real, because why would I assume that you're lying? You know, I won't put that on nobody. And like, man, he telling me all this stuff, boom, 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 boom. He say, man, I'm about to be back on top, woo, woo, woo. I'm about to be back on top, like that. Like he say he had everything, money, cars, clothes, women. He had everything, and like, he made the wrong decisions. And like, by him making the wrong decisions, it was the simplest decisions, the easiest decisions. By him making the wrong decisions, that messed everything up. Everything around him disappeared. Everything was gone. And he had nothing left. And like, after all, he said he was like, he did stuff for people, woo, woo, woo. Gave people this, gave people that. But at the end of the day, when it came down to it, when he wasn't able to provide that no more, everybody up and left. Everybody was gone. It was just him. And now he was just out there walking around. And I was like, dang. It really happened. It can really happen to you at any given time. So it's like, you gotta stay on it. Not even just stay on it, just make sure you well established in what you are doing. Then like, it was crazy because I just got done going through something similar like that, you know. Felt like I lost everything, but he was like, he had himself still. He ain't lose that groove. He ain't stop moving. So by him not stop moving, and by God giving him another day to walk around, move around with all this stuff that happened to him, he said he had another chance. And I was like, if this man 40 years old, 50 years old, in his 50s and stuff like that, I'm 21. he lost all when he was 40. I feel like I lost all when I was 21. Like, I didn't lose it all though, cause I had myself still. And everything that I went through, I took it as a lesson. I ain't take it as no loss. And when you take things as a lesson, you never lose. When you never give up, you never lose. When you keep going, you never lose. You gotta always remember that just because you fail one time, don't mean give up. Just because you fail 5 times, don't mean give up. Just because I failed 3 times, don't mean give up. And you see where that got me, you know? I was getting clowned and shit for that. And it wasn't really nothing to clown about, you know, but at the same time, yeah. But I really ain't just let it faze me in a way that they were talking, you know, because once I got out of school, the people that tried to clown me, I was doing better than. And sometimes people see your potential before you see your potential. People see your potential before you see your potential, and I really wasn't able to notice that, for real. I was never able to notice my full potential, you know, because I was shot down so much. But I ain't never let that faze me. And I had a mentality. I always had the mentality I ain't really just letting nothing faze me, for real. Even if I was going through everything in the world, I ain't letting none of that faze me. And by me not letting it faze me, I was naive to my own capabilities, because I'm talented at so many things, you know, and I'm good at so many things, but I feel like I wasn't told that as much. But I was, yeah. That shit, they ain't let it faze me though. And man, don't let this shit out here faze you. Just because you fail one time, don't mean you gonna fail again. Just because everything up and gone, don't mean give up. Just because your package running low, don't mean you ain't gonna catch another big break. Just because your friends acting funny, don't mean you alone. Just because everything around you going bad, don't mean you not gonna catch a season with nothing but blessings, you know? So it's like, man, you gotta always have this strong faith. You gotta really become a shield. You gonna become a shield out here. And it's gonna get to a point where nothing phases you. And once you get to that point, I feel that's when you know you made it. Your mindset, it changed. All of it. So like, man, y'all like, subscribe to videos. I'm gonna keep dropping because I'm starting to like getting on here. I'm starting to like getting on here with y'all, just talking, you know, chopping it up. If you stayed through the whole video, shout out to you. If you didn't, shout out to you. If you just clicked on it, shout out to you for showing a little, you know. But man, I'm gonna end the video off with this. We're gonna keep elevating. And if you don't know, act like you know. And if you don't know, act like you know. Act like you know. You better act like you know. And if you don't know, still act like you know. But man, alright, y'all. I'm out.